Hello, everyone, and welcome back Old Coins Market Channel. Today, we're going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating coins of the United States, the 1987 P1 dime coin. This small but mighty coin, which features the iconic profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, has an interesting history, significance, and yes, a surprising value. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just a curious coin collector, stay tuned as we break down everything you need to know about this particular dime. Before we talk about the value and history, let's first familiarize ourselves with the coin itself. First, let's take a look at the obverse side of the 1987 P dime. This side is where you'll find the famous profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt's image was designed by the artist John R. Sinek, who also served as the chief engraver for the U.S. Mint. It's important to note that Roosevelt was chosen to be featured on the dime to honor his efforts in creating the March of Dimes campaign, which helped to raise funds for polio research and prevention. On the obverse, you'll see the word Liberty at the top, "In God We Trust" to the left of Roosevelt's image, and the year 1987 beneath his profile. Above Roosevelt's head, there's a small mint mark P, indicating this coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. This was the first year that the U.S. Mint began placing a P mint mark on dimes, so it marks an important milestone in coinage history. Now, flipping the coin over, let's look at the reverse side of the 1987 P dime. The reverse design was created by the engraver Felix Schlag. It features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, respectively. Above these images, you'll find the words United States of America and E Pluribus Unum. The word dime is prominently displayed, along with the coin's value of 10 cents. This reverse design has remained unchanged since the Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, making it one of the most consistent designs in U.S. coinage. Now, let's take a moment to understand the history behind this 1987 P dime and its place in American coinage. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. He had led the country through the Great Depression and World War II, and his legacy was symbolized by his face on the dime, a coin which had traditionally featured images of liberty. But Roosevelt's contribution to fighting polio through the March of Dimes campaign was the driving force behind this tribute. The 1987 P dime falls within the period of the 1980s, an era that marked several significant changes in U.S. currency. By this time, the design was well established, but the 1987 coin was part of a unique set of coins due to certain features that collectors later came to appreciate. Now, the big question: what is the value of the 1987 P dime? How does it hold up in the world of coin collecting today? First, let's make one thing clear. The 1987 P dime, like most dimes from this era, is still primarily worth its face value of 10 cents in circulation. In fact, it was minted in large quantities, with over 3 billion coins produced. This means that the 1987 P dime is not considered rare or difficult to find. However, for collectors, the story doesn't end there. Even though the coin itself may not be worth much in terms of its face value, its condition, and whether it's uncirculated or has special characteristics can greatly impact its worth. For example, a standard 1987 P dime in average circulated condition will usually only fetch a small premium above its face value. But if you happen to find an uncirculated 1987 P dime, it could be worth anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on its condition and market demand. Now, if the 1987 P dime is in pristine, gem-quality condition, graded by professional grading companies like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, it can be worth even more. Some coins in top-grade condition could fetch anywhere from $10 to $15 or more, and in some rare cases, even higher values can be seen at auctions, depending on the specific details of the coin. Besides regular circulation coins, there are some special editions and variations that may significantly affect the value of the 1987p dime. For example, coins from the 1980s with certain mint errors, like double strikes or off-center designs, can be worth a lot more than a regular dime. These errors, although rare, make the coin much more valuable to collectors who are looking for unique items. If you ever come across a 1987p dime with an unusual flaw, it might be worth getting it professionally appraised. Additionally, the 1987p dime was part of a regular coinage release, so there isn't much difference in its general mintage compared to other years. That said, coins in exceptional condition always fetch a premium. So, why do people collect dimes like the 1987p? While this particular dime may not have an extremely high value on its own, Roosevelt dimes have always been a favorite among collectors. The coin represents not just a monetary value, but a piece of history, commemorating the leadership of Franklin D. Roosevelt and his impact on the country. Collectors often appreciate Roosevelt dimes for their consistent design, rich historical symbolism, and the sheer number of varieties and mintmarks that exist from year to year. In fact, as more time passes, older dimes from the 1980s will only continue to gain significance. In conclusion, the 1987p dime may not be the most valuable coin you'll find in your pocket change, but it's a piece of American history with deep symbolism and an interesting story behind it. While not particularly rare or valuable in its standard form, it is still a coin worth considering for collectors, especially those focused on Roosevelt dimes or 1980s-era U.S. coins. So, next time you come across a 1987p dime, take a moment to appreciate its history. It may just be worth more than you think. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1987p dime, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more fascinating content about coins, currency, and collectibles. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if you've found any interesting dimes in your collection. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Subscribe for more. Provides a thorough explanation of the 1987p dime's history, significance, and value, engaging both casual viewers and coin collectors.